Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Golden Cruiser. I'm Cindy, and today we're going to talk about how to protect yourself on a cruise ship, especially for seniors. As we get older, we age, we're not like we used to be as healthy, so a lot of things can happen. The first thing I would recommend is travel insurance. Days when I was younger, I never took travel insurance. I figured, well, nothing's going to happen. Nowadays, I always take it. With, COVID out there, all the viruses, anything could happen where you need to cancel your cruise ahead of time or get medical attention while on the ship. So I always would recommend taking travel insurance. It's very important. You can book that through the cruise ship or you can get it on a third party vendor that's not through the cruise ship. They'll actually have policies that you can pay for annually, and then it covers any of your travel for the whole year. Like if you're flying or taking a train or in your car, it will cover all that. You'll want to make sure you get all the appropriate coverage for you, such as medical expenses, evacuation insurance in case you're on the ship and have to be medevaced off of it. That's very expensive. Trip cancellations, lost luggage, trip interruptions. It will cover all those things. If you have a pre-existing condition, you need to let the insurance company know so they can put that in there and make sure you're covered for everything. There are some third-party venues I looked up for seniors that are rated A+, very good. I've got like 4 of them. I'm going to list their names and their phone numbers below in case you wanted to call them and get a quote instead of the cruise ship. A lot of times those are cheaper than the cruise ship and it will cover all of your travel. Like I was saying, your flights, whatever you're taking there, hotel rooms, everything would be covered. So it doesn't hurt to check quotes with both of them. You can book right through the cruise line when you're booking your room or call them when you're booking and they can do that right then. The second thing is to try to keep yourself healthy on your trip. We know now that COVID is still going around. It may not be as bad as it used to be, but 18 months ago, my husband died from COVID, very unexpectedly. So it is still out there. It's still going around on all the cruise ships. My last cruise ship had COVID on it. And the neurovirus is still out there, really bad on cruise ships. Right now, there's a ship with at least 100 people sick with the neurovirus contained to their rooms. So it's very important to take care of yourself. Before I go on a cruise, like a week before, I'll start drinking the packets of Emergency that is extra vitamin C and zinc and all the vitamins that will help you, ward off flus and colds. I drink that for like a week. I drink it the whole time on the cruise ship, and I drink it like a week when I get back. Um, Also, what I do is when we get to the cruise, I wipe down our room first thing with some Lysol wipes, Clorox wipes. They can come in little travel containers. I just wipe down everything in the room, the doorknobs, the bathroom, the toilet. Um, the remote control to the TV is a big one. I just wipe everything down. I know they've cleaned the room, but they're not cleaning as good now as they did right after COVID. So I do that. It's very important on a ship to always wash your hands constantly. I'm constantly washing my hands. Now they say avoid the public toilets on a cruise ship if possible. That's not always possible. You're out at a show, you need to use the restroom, you have to go. So if you do have to go, just make sure you're washing your hands. And then when you come out the restroom door, they always have like little towels there, paper towels that you can grab the doorknob and turn it, and a trash can where you can throw it so you're not touching the doorknobs. Um, Another thing we do, now this is up to individuals. I know a lot of people love the buffet. It is like the biggest thing on the cruise ship where people eat. But I myself think it's a big germ magnet. I've seen people coughing into the food. I've seen kids licking the spoons that are serving. I've seen people picking things up with their hands and putting them back. And if you imagine like all the people on that cruise ship that have touched that same serving spoon, they haven't washed their hands, they've wiped their nose, whatever, you're touching that right after them. So we avoid the buffet. I just don't like to go there. It's too crowded and there's too many germs. There's lots of other places to eat on the ship where they're serving you the food themselves and they're wearing gloves. So I just find that safer for our family, but it's up to the individual. I also like to if possible. Now, cruise ships are usually crowded, but there are areas that are more crowded, like a huge event going on at the pool deck that you're right in the middle of or something. If you've got like pre-existing conditions or something, where you get more sick easily, then you'd want to avoid those places. Also, be careful when walking around the ports and on the ship. There can be areas around the pool that are slippery, going up and down stairs. Sometimes you have to take the stairs because the elevators are crowded. Just be careful and use the handrails, trying to protect yourself as much as possible. As we get older, we have, more broken bones and problems. I had to take early retirement because I fell on a vacation. It was dark, they weren't lit up, and I missed a curb and fell and broke both feet in 5 places. So I had to retire early. I was in a wheelchair for months and months and months. So just be very careful as you get older what you do. Another way to protect yourself are the scams, the fraud, preying on elderly. It's out there everywhere. I worked in banking all my life, basically, from 18 until I retired. My last position was in the fraud department, and you wouldn't believe the fraud that's out there. And they prey on elderly people. Some of the things, book your excursions through the cruise ship. A lot of times that might be a little more money, but if you're a senior, it's safer to do that. Now, we were in Cabo on one of our cruises recently, and we didn't book through the cruise. We thought we would just get off, and we were going to book a glass boat cruise. Now, there was like 20 or 30 vendors off the ship trying to sell us that. So we went to one, and he gave me the price, and he wanted me to pay him. And my son said to him, "Where's the boat?" And he said, "Oh, right over there. The boat's right over there." And my son said, "Well, where? We're not going to pay you until you show us the boat." Well, he took us over to the side of the railing. There was no boat, just the water. He's like, "Oh, yeah, the boat's coming, you pay me." No, we did not do that. We left. So be very careful. Then we found the actual glass boat company, and we walked to that in the building, and booked it from there, which was a lot cheaper than the cruise ship. But you just have to be careful who you're booking through. They'll rip you off. A lot of the taxis in the area or vans we got in from the cruise ship, they're trying to sell you other things like, "We'll take you on this tour for this amount of money." And people are going on the tours and there's nothing there when they get to the tour. And then they're stuck because they're in a foreign country like Mexico. They can't get their money back. Or like taxis. Make sure you ask the price before you go. Don't pay them till you get there, because you could pay them and then you get there and they say, "You didn't pay me. And then what are you going to do? They have, most of those cities like that have cops on their side, so you're stuck. So just be careful. They do prey on the elderly. Be careful when in ports, carrying your purse or wallet with you. Years ago, my husband and I were on a cruise, and we were in San Francisco in port. And I had just a little handbag over my shoulder with my wallet in it. I purchased something at one of the shops. We went on to the next shop. We had walked down the wharf. We had to go because we had an excursion going out to Alcatraz. By the time we got to Alcatraz, my phone was ringing like crazy. I picked it up. It was my bank saying, "Did you just use your credit card for $500 3 times at Target? And did you use your debit card?" I said, "No, I'm not even near those places." I went to pull out my wallet, and my whole wallet was gone. Within a matter of 5 to 10 minutes, they had stolen my wallet, got to a Target, was using my credit cards, debit card, even a medical card I had. They were using all of those. Well, they had used them. They got away with it. They used it. I got my money back. Luckily, I worked at the bank. So right away, I was contacting the bank and getting everything stopped immediately. But they stole my ID too. My ID, my cruise ID, everything to get back on the ship. So I did have my passport. I left that in the room. I always leave my passport in the room in the safe in case something like this happens. But they did steal my driver's license and everything. My whole wallet was gone. I did get back on the cruise ship because they take the pictures of you, and I told them also that my passport was in my room. So Luckily, I got back on the ship, but it was just a big, big hassle. Had to get all my money back and everything. So be careful. Now I carry a small backpack and I carry it to the front of me where it's up against my chest and no one could pickpocket me or take anything from me. Also, men, if you take wallets and you keep them in your back pocket, put them in your front pocket because they'll pickpocket you easily, especially if you're in a port that's crowded and you're in a crowded shop. That's what happened to me. This one woman bumped into me. I didn't pay any attention at the time, or why she bumped into me, the other woman was stealing my wallet right out of my purse. So be very careful. Carry a fanny pack, money clip, something like that underneath, or carry, in the front, like I said. That's a lot better. Um, Another thing they do is a lot of these stores, you might go to Mexico and they're trying to sell you a designer bag. They're not real. They're not real. If it's too good to be true, it's not true. Um, they don't sell the designer bags down there. They might tell you that something's leather. It's not. They'll even burn it and say, see, leather doesn't burn. It's not. My husband bought what he thought was a leather Lakers bag down there years ago because they convinced him it was leather. It got home and it fell apart. So be careful what you're purchasing. A lot of the jewelry stores down there, the cruise ships now, our last cruise to Alaska, even the cruise ships sometimes I think kind of try to rip you off. They sell the coupon books for you. They take you in, they get you all hyped up. You're going into Alaska. Here's this jewelry store, and we have this book full of coupons, and you can use these in the stores, the jewelry stores, get all these great deals. So the women get excited. They buy these coupon books from the cruise. And then as you start getting this stuff, it's really stuff you're never going to use again. Little trinkets, little lockets or something, no necklace with it or anything. And it's really, really cheap jewelry and stuff. And it's not worth it to even do that. But, we get excited to get you hyped up. Well, look at this beautiful thing you can buy and look at this jewelry. There is tons and tons of jewelry stores now in all those ports that you go to. And they're just all trying to get you in and sell you this jewelry. If it's not something that you normally buy at home, chances are you're not going to wear it again. Most of the jewelry I've bought on cruise ships or in those ports are sitting in my jewelry box. Since I don't work anymore, I don't wear that much jewelry. So it sits there. So just think about what you're doing and buying before you actually buy that. Do you really want that? Are you really going to wear that or use that? Even cruise ships, try to get you into the FE jewelry. They have the sales, charm of the day, which I have bought a couple of those, and I buy those just for the memory, really. Bought my granddaughter one and me, and the only time I wear them is when I go on a cruise. So don't carry a lot of credit cards with you when you go into ports. Maybe take one credit card, one debit card, or a couple credit cards. Don't take a bunch of them in there in case your wallet does get, stolen like mine did. I wouldn't recommend taking your passport if you have your local ID, because then if that both is stolen, then you're stuck. If you're in a foreign country, you can't even get home. You can't fly out without your passport. So leave your passport in your safe, leave some credit cards in your safe, and just be very careful when you're out there. Like I said, they are preying on seniors. We tend to believe people and things aren't true. I mean, I knew that from working and I saw it every day. People get fake emails, they might say you won the lottery and these people believe it and they would come to the bank and say, I've got to mail a check for this because I won the lottery. And we would say, did you play the lottery in Canada? And they'd say, no, but I won. Be careful. It doesn't always make sense out there. So just take care of yourself, stay healthy, and be careful. And if you like my videos, please give them a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you can hear more videos. I'm going to have more coming out that are geared towards seniors. So everybody take care of themselves, be healthy, and have a great day. Bye.